I have been living in Naples, Italy for 4 years now, and I'm finally back in California for the first time in 8 months. This is my childhood bedroom, and I love it here. Like, the people are so friendly, the weather is perfect, the vibe is so chill, and I went into a Whole Foods and I like nearly lost my mind. But here's the thing, Italy ruined me, and I mean that in the best possible way. I'm Ambi. I moved to Naples, Italy in 2022, and it was kind of an accident. I was there on vacation. I met a very handsome man at a pasta lunch, and I kind of just stayed. This channel is about what honest life in southern Italy actually looks like. But today we're doing something a little bit different because I'm sitting here in my childhood bedroom. I'm jet lagged, but I'm also so happy to be back. I'm feeling slightly overwhelmed by just the sheer vastness of things here, and I have feelings. The first thing that hit me, and this is gonna sound like a European pretentious person, I'm aware of it, is the architecture. Because when I arrived at LAX and I'm driving on the freeway back home, I'm looking around and I'm thinking, where is all the history? Like, there's just so much concrete and billboards, and it's huge, and there's freeway overpasses. But where are the beautiful cathedrals and churches and museums? And why do the buildings have absolutely no personality? Okay, the grocery stores. Yesterday, I walked into a Whole Foods and I was shook. Okay, first thing, I walked in and I had a conversation with an absolute stranger, like, hi! That would never happen in Italy, okay? The second thing, a lady with her cart stopped. She paused and allowed me to walk in. Naples? Doesn't happen. Okay, and then I was kind of overwhelmed, like just the lighting and the sheer greatness of the store. And there are aisles of the healthy foods. Like, we got that magic spoon, that Catalina crunch. You have a whole aisle dedicated to kombucha. It was so fun. then I went to Costco. Oh my God. Costco, I'm sorry, if you haven't been to Costco, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you walk in and it just, bam, American greatness. So much of everything. And they even had the Halloween decorations already out. I am filming this in July. Halloween is not until October. And not only can you go into this store and you can buy Halloween decorations, you can also come out with a sauna, a treadmill, a camping net, a surfboard, a big rack of ribs. You can find everything. When we were going through Costco, here's what I was noticing. They were giving samples of all these like high protein things and products marketed as healthy, but they're super processed and like not good for you. And that's something that's interesting, is that in Italy, the huge contrast is that you don't go to a massive store where you find everything. You can't walk out with a sauna and a rack of ribs. You go to your fruttivendolo for your fresh produce, the forno for your fresh bread, macelleria for your meat, and pescivendolo for your fish. It's everything is like small and specific, and like they're really good at what they do. There's not this big emphasis on health food products. The food is just generally healthy. I think the quality of the food and the baseline of the ingredients is so much higher in Italy than it is in America. And also, there's less selection in Italy, but it's seasonal and it's much better for you, and you don't have to think as hard about what you're purchasing in Italy as you do in America. And one more thing I noticed about the food shopping experience in America is it is so convenient. America wins at convenience, but I also wonder at what cost. So in Whole Foods, you don't even have to enter the store. You can go online, order your food, and you just drive up and the store has already prepared your food for you and puts it in your car. That is so convenient. Or you can take it to the next level where there's Instacart, where you just order your groceries from an app and they get dropped off at your house. So it's super convenient. But then I wonder, well, when you're going to do your groceries in person, you're getting steps in, you're interacting with people. So I feel like it's good for you to be doing an in-person grocery shopping experience. I don't have kids, I'm not working like a full 9 to 5, so I can see the value in the convenience for a very busy mom who's working full time. No judgment there. But personally, I enjoy doing my shopping. Now let's talk about driving. In Naples, the rules are a mere suggestion. I have a little smart car, convertible smart car from the 2000s that I whip around. Her name's Smarty, and I feel like I have developed the reflexes of a Formula One driver. Like, there are scooters coming out from every which way. My head is on a swivel. I am constantly like, in California today, I rented a car from Avis and I was driving, and I got into the same mode as I get to when I'm in Naples. I'm like so on edge. And then about 4 minutes into it, I'm like, there is nobody here. Like, why am I on edge? Because in California, there's so much more space. We have these huge wide roads and everybody obeys the rules. Like, people stop at stop signs. I was at an intersection and I was like, as I'm going through, so I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, people actually obey the rules here for the most part. Something I find very interesting is that the relationship with health and fitness is completely different in California versus Italy. When I was in Costco, I was just noticing the huge contrast of people, because in California, we have a very mainstream fitness and wellness industry where people are doing their groceries with 6 packs and they're in their little like cute athleisure sets. But then you have people who are really struggling with their health and they're frankly like in wheelchairs, obese, and still like eating while they're rolling around in their wheelchair because they're too unhealthy to walk. It's like really strange seeing these two sides of people in the same store. And in Italy, we don't really, Naples specifically, we don't have a mainstream fitness culture. Like, the people I know walk, they go to Pilates like twice a week. It's really like chill. But when you're walking around a store, people are all generally healthy. It's rare to see someone who's like super fit, but it's also rare to see somebody who's obese. And I think people are just generally healthy in Italy because they live an active lifestyle, the food quality is high, they have good social lives, people take time to cook good meals, to sit down together. It's really normal for a meal to take like 2 hours. And I just find it interesting and kind of ironic that California, or like America, a country that has such a big wellness industry, also probably has lower average health baselines than Italy, where wellness like isn't really something that's talked about. Okay, I have to talk about this because it genuinely caught me off guard. Californians are so friendly. Wow, we are such open people. And Southern Italians are really warm people. But Californians, I'm sorry, we win. We take it to a whole other level. I have been here for 48 hours and I have lost count of the amount of beautiful interactions I've had with strangers. I have already exchanged contact information with strangers. People are just so happy to chat, and it's not just a surface level like hi, bye here. People are genuinely curious about you. Like, they want to know about you. They ask questions, they listen, they're interested. And I think that that is such a beautiful part of our culture. In Italy, people are very friendly, but I don't think that they take it to the same level that we do in California, especially like the north. The northern Italy Italians tend to be more reserved, and southern Italians are Okay, if you have a dog, they're warm and friendly. And if you have a baby, they're very warm and friendly. They'll chat with strangers. But other than that, I think people are kind, but they're more reserved. For example, in California, like tonight, I'm going to a Hillary Duff concert, and I'm sure I'm going to chat with tons of random, like, kind girls. Whereas in Naples, I don't really strike a conversation with a group of girls I don't know. And it's just the culture. There's no right or wrong, it's just different. But coming back to California and having strangers just be so warm and open and chatty, it really moved me. And I think it is such an amazing part of our culture that before I took for granted, but now coming home, I really value and appreciate. I love Naples, but I also adore California. It's part of who I am. I grew up here, and after living somewhere for 4 years and then coming back here, I really appreciate it and can see it with different eyes. And I think when you live in a different place and you visit your hometown, you're able to see both places with a new lens and not take either place for granted. You're able to appreciate the beautiful aspects of both places. If you're watching this, you're probably wondering, okay, so are you going to stay in California? Do you want to move back? And the answer is no. I love Naples, Italy. It's very clear to me that that's where I need to be. Perhaps in the future, when I'm rich and loaded, I will buy a property in California because I would love to have the option of living in both countries. But right now, as a young person who's really curious about the world and has a lot of exploring to do, I like being in Europe. Italy ruined me, but it also made me appreciate California in a way that I never did when I lived here. So maybe that's the trade. If you're new here, I'm Ambi and I post honest videos about Southern Italy every week. So hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next week. Ciao!